So originally this video was going to be all about reviewing the progress in your life, and it's going to be majority about that, but what I want to talk about real quickly, because this is the second time I'm going to be doing this video, like full length. The first time I didn't plug in my microphone, so the video was great, but I didn't have any sound, and I could have voiced over it. But what I wanted to do with that, just with that problem that I had to overcome, and do this all again for you, is just that things will happen in your life that you can't plan for. That you could do all the checks in the world, you could do all the things that you want to do to make sure that you're put in the position for success. Shit's still gonna happen. All right. And it happened to me the other day, which is why I'm doing this a second time, and it's all a little jumbled up, but who cares? That's life. Life is messy. Life isn't perfect. So with that being said, I hope you got a little golden nugget out of that one. With that being said, let's do this all over again, and let's learn how to review our life so that we can grow faster, so that we can have the life that we want happen sooner. And I know it's not a sexy topic, so in the time of recording this, a couple of my videos through the week have gone through, and they haven't gotten a lot of play, a lot of my shorts. And I'm not saying that you need to go look at them right away. You should. But the reason I'm saying that is I know it's not a sexy topic. This isn't an area that a lot of people, coaches, mentors talk about, the review of how you're doing. But to me, it's one of the most vital. And if I was younger, if I was in my 20s, lower to mid 20s, I wish somebody would have come in front of me and shook me and said, listen to this. This, to me, is one of the most crucial advice that I wish I could have received when I was younger, is to review your progress. You know, in high school, going into your 20s, majority of us don't really know where we're going, what we want to do. So it's hard to review what's going on, but nowadays, the life we're living now, there's so many of us out of there that know what we're doing earlier, that want to be an internet star, whether it's an influencer or a YouTube entrepreneur, e-commerce, whatever it is. We want to be on the internet. We want to do stuff sooner. So we're creating goals sooner. We're doing action plans sooner, which is a lot of what I cover in my coaching with a lot of my clients and a lot of my videos here, is understanding how to do that. So with us doing that sooner, we kind of have an idea of where we want to go. Now, it might not be where we actually do go in life. We might go in a different direction, but at least we're starting somewhere, which is crucial. That's another good point that I want you to take home is start. Just start. No matter what it is, no matter where you are, just start. You'll get better eventually. Okay? Don't worry about all the judgment. Don't worry about... Nobody's watching you yet. So where am I going with this? Reviewing the progress for greater growth in our life. What progress? Now, it doesn't matter what aspect of life you're looking at, whether it's in your career, your profession, whether it's in just your daily life and how you want to live your life on a daily basis, or it's your relationships, it's your finances. Again, doesn't matter. We all have certain goals, and whether they're in our mind or we actually wrote them on paper, either way, get them on paper. If it's in your mind, get them on paper, okay? First thing, get them on paper. When you get your goals on paper, the first thing we get to do once we actually start trying to go for our goals is do daily and weekly checks. Why is this so crucial? Because now you have daily tasks throughout your day, or you can amass that for a week. In a week, you want to get something done, whatever your goal is. Let's say you want to lose weight. We'll use that as a goal. We want to lose 20 pounds by the end of this week. Okay, and if you followed my courses before, if you followed my videos before, check out Smarter Goals or Smashing Your Goals. Both of those, great videos on helping you to establish goals in your life. And you'll understand what is actually measurable, what we should actually go for, and what makes sense. So I digress. We want to lose 20 pounds this week. So we're going through the whole week. How do we do that? We've chopped it up throughout the days. I want to lose 2 pounds a day. So every day we can check. You can step on a scale and say, did I lose 2 pounds today? If not, then we get to review what happened in that day. Did we not work out when we wanted to? Did we not eat what we wanted to eat? Or did we eat too much fatty and high sugar, high fructose corn syrup latent foods? So there's all these things that we can do to check our progress. So when it comes to the end of the week and you have that 20-pound goal at the end of the week that you wanted to lose, did you make it or did you not? If you fell short, again, you can look at all the data that you had through the days within that week and through that week saying, oh, I didn't hit that 20-pound goal loss because of XYZ, because I didn't go work out, because I sat on my ass all this time, because I didn't eat healthy. And you can start following that up. So then the next week, you can make adjustments and you can start moving forward that way. That's why reviewing your progress is so crucial, because you're going to find these little inconsistencies. You're going to find these little ticks that you might have or habits that you might be holding on to that you thought you got rid of, but you're holding on to. Well, now you have it written down. Now you have a visual idea of what is happening. You can adjust, you can change, you can overcome that obstacle. Change your habit, change your mindset, and then move forward. So that was number 1. 2, change your mindset. I just talked about it at the end of doing your daily checks. Changing your mindset is another crucial thing, because like I was just saying, if you're held on to an old mindset or an old habit, then your life is going to continually progress that way. It's not until you change those that you'll be able to change your life and move in a different direction. Yes, it takes work. It takes work to change your mindset. It takes work to change your habits. Because the reason you made it a habit is because you've been doing it so much, so long, for so long of a time that your body, your mind, your subconscious automated it and said, you know what, we do this so often, we already know the steps. We already know this dance. So we're just going to put it on autopilot. So once we hit this trigger, this will establish this response and we'll get that result. That's a habit in a nutshell. So if you can find out what is triggering you, what triggers this series of events, then you can go back to that trigger, start playing around with it, start picking that apart and saying, you know what? Instead of producing these events after this trigger, I'm going to produce these events. I want to go this way. And it's going to take a little bit to unlearn all of this to then go in a different direction. It's going to take work. It's okay. We all do it. We all have to do it. Number 3 is one it's hard for a lot of us introverts. And I'm one of those people who can be introverted and extroverted as well. But it's hard for the introverts to do this. It's getting a coach. It's getting a team, a mentor, somebody. And the reason we're doing that is it helps us to hold us accountable. The reason you aren't where you are in life is because you're not being held accountable. You aren't holding yourself accountable. And that's going to be a lot of internal conversations you need to have with yourself to be able to understand that and just be real. Just be real with yourself and say, you know what? John's right. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Not because I don't want him to be right, but because I don't want to be the reason why I'm not succeeding. And for a lot of us, myself included, we are the ones that hold us back. We give ourselves the excuses. We back those up emotionally with unbiased and unfactual facts. And we say, you know what? We didn't make this goal because we were tired. We had this going on. We had that going on. We gave all the excuses in the book, and we just accepted it. When you have a coach, when you have a mentor, when you have a team behind you, pushing you, holding you accountable, they're not going to accept those excuses. They're going to hold your feet to the fire. They're going to push you beyond your comfort zone, which is where we need to live. Now, let me put a little disclaimer here for you. I am a coach. I'm a mentor. I help people through this stuff. I'm not sitting here saying that you need to message me right now and say, John, we need to work together. Would I love to work with you? Absolutely. Would I love to help you achieve your greatness and unlock your greatness and move you into the realm of possibilities? More than anything. But if I don't resonate with you, even though you might be consuming my content, if I don't resonate with you on a deep level, I'm not the person for you. That doesn't mean there isn't somebody out there that might be. So do a little due diligence, do a little hunting, do a little fact finding, find different people out there, coach, mentors, leaders that you do resonate with, that would be able to help you and be put in the position to help you grow into the person that you want to be, creating the life that you want to create. Number 4, Be unemotional. Now, don't be a robot, but sever the attachment that you have with your results. I know it's very hard, especially if it's a romantic goal that you're looking for, whether it's loving your partner more and being there more for your partner, or it's trying to find someone to love. It's very hard to sever the attachment to those results because that's your life. That's your soul. That's your heart. That's everything. But if you can, I highly suggest being unemotional. Severing the attachment you have to the results, because now you can look at your results objectively. You can look at them logically and strategically, and anything else with a ly at the end. The reason we want to do this is because now we can look at it like it's just black and white. We're removing the excuses. We're removing the emotions that we're attaching to it and just looking at it as if we're looking at somebody else that's doing it. Because it's so easy for us to give advice to somebody else who are going and having problems. But if we're having the same thing happen to us, it's very hard to be constructive and criticize what we're doing. Because again, we don't want to view ourselves as the reason why we're not succeeding. We don't want to view ourselves as the reason why we can't find love. Because we are all deserving of love. You are deserving of love. Sever the attachment that you have to the goals. And you're going to start to understand why you're not doing certain things that you know you should be doing to obtain this result. And then you can start taking action. And when you start taking action, do it 1% at a time. Don't jump. Don't leap. Don't do 10%. Don't go just balls to the walls and say, you know what, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm getting XYZ. 1%, small steps. This will build up over time. Okay? This will build up over time. So when you look back at where you started 6 months prior, and you're sitting there at 6 months time frame, you'll see I've jumped leaps and bounds within that time, even though it was 1% a day, 1% at a time. I'm in a better position than I was at that time, allowing myself, opening myself up to receive love, to receive a partner. Or maybe you found a partner and you can do more for them. So be unemotional. Sever the attachment you have to your results. It'll give you greater results in the end because now you can objectively look at what you're not doing, what you are doing, and double down on what you are doing, do more of that, and then you can take away all the stuff you're not doing and replace that with positive action producing results so that you can move into the next stage of your life. You know, with this ever increasing sense of needing to get something done in life, having an already cultivated way of reviewing how you are doing will increase the chances of accomplishing your tasks and goals. So looking at the tools and tips and tricks I just presented to you in this video will help you immensely on obtaining what you want to obtain in your life. And I know it might sound scheduled or rigid to do this, to do some of this stuff, when in all actuality, it actually frees you up so that you can do the things that you love. Gives you more time. Because when you know you only have this certain amount of time to get the stuff scheduled and done, now you have all this other time to do what you want to do. And the way we do that, the way we get this stuff scheduled and rigid in the beginning to be able to love the life we live later, is to check out my video of creating smarter goals, which will help to get you laser focused on what you need and put you in that position to unlock your greatness. So go check out that video. I mentioned it before. I'm going to have it here somewhere. One of these squares that YouTube allows us to put it in. I'll put it up there. You can click on that next and help you create the smarter goals to put you in the position for success. And then I'll see you next week.